There is a particular kind of confusion that can appear after 50. Your life may be stable. The people you love may be safe. The bills may be paid. Nothing is obviously wrong. And yet, when you look ahead to the weekend, a trip, a dinner, or even something you once wanted, you feel almost no spark. When excitement fades, we may assume we have become ungrateful, boring, or emotionally numb. But sometimes life has not lost its value. Your mind has become too familiar with your life. The mind responds strongly to contrast. A first apartment feels different from the 10th year in the same home. A new relationship carries uncertainty, discovery, and emotional movement. A familiar one may carry trust, depth, and safety, but much less surprise. The experience may still matter, yet it no longer produces the same signal. This is one reason a life can be good and still feel flat. Stability reduces threat, but it also reduces novelty. Competence makes life easier, but it can make experience more predictable. Over time, you may become skilled at avoiding disruption. You know which restaurant you like, which route is fastest, which people are easy to be around, and which choices feel safe. That efficiency protects your peace. But it can also remove the small uncertainties that make attention wake up. Excitement is not simply pleasure. It often contains anticipation, risk, imagination, and the feeling that something is not fully known yet. When most of life has been organized around what is sensible, manageable, and familiar, there may be very little left for the mind to lean toward. This does not mean you need a dramatic reinvention. The missing ingredient may not be happiness. It may be psychological movement. Consider someone who has spent decades becoming reliable. They built routines, solved problems, supported others, and learned not to create unnecessary chaos. Their life works because they became good at making it work. But eventually, every week begins to resemble the last. Nothing hurts enough to force change, and nothing surprises them enough to create energy. The problem is not failure. The problem is overcompletion. When a life becomes too finished, the future can feel like a continuation instead of an opening. You may still have goals, but they are practical goals. Maintain the house. Protect your health. Help the family. Keep up with responsibilities. These goals matter, but they rarely contain mystery. And without mystery, desire can become quiet. Many people try to correct this with stronger stimulation. More travel, more shopping, more entertainment, more scrolling, more plans. For a moment, the intensity rises. Then the mind adapts again. The new experience becomes another item completed, and the flatness returns. The deeper issue is not a shortage of stimulation. It is a shortage of personal involvement. Excitement tends to return when you are not merely receiving an experience, but entering one. Learning something you cannot yet do. Saying something you have postponed. Going somewhere without controlling every detail. Creating something that may not turn out well. Allowing yourself to be a beginner where no one needs you to be impressive. This kind of movement changes your role. You are no longer the person who already knows, manages, and protects. You become the person who is still discovering. That shift can feel uncomfortable after 50. By this stage of life, competence may be part of your identity. Beginning again can feel like moving backward. Not knowing can feel embarrassing. Wanting something impractical can feel irresponsible. So you may dismiss the very experiences that could make you feel more present. You tell yourself, that is not really me. But sometimes, not me, simply means, not the version of me I have practiced for the last 20 years. The goal is not to chase constant excitement. A meaningful life does not need to feel thrilling every day. The goal is to notice whether predictability has become so complete that nothing asks you to participate with curiosity. Begin with a smaller question then, what would make me excited again? Ask, where have I stopped being a beginner? Maybe there is a subject you have always wanted to understand. A place in your own city you have never entered. A conversation you keep rehearsing but never begin. A physical skill you avoided because you might look awkward. A creative idea you judged before giving it a form. Choose something with 3 qualities. It should be personally meaningful, slightly uncertain, and small enough to begin without turning your life upside down. Then notice what happens before you do it. You may not feel excitement at first. You may feel resistance, self-consciousness, or irritation. That does not mean the choice is wrong. Excitement is sometimes hidden underneath the defenses that keep life familiar. There is also an important distinction. If the loss of interest is persistent, affects nearly everything, or comes with major changes in sleep, appetite, energy, or daily functioning, it deserves thoughtful attention from a qualified professional. But when life is stable and the flatness is selective, the issue may be less about losing the capacity for pleasure and more about living with too little emotional contrast. After 50, aliveness may not return as a dramatic rush. It may return as alertness. A little more curiosity. A moment of nervous laughter. The desire to prepare for something. The feeling that next week is not already known. Nothing may be wrong with your life. But your life may be asking for a part of you that has not been needed lately. Not the responsible part. Not the efficient part. Not the part that keeps everything under control. The unfinished part. The part that can still be surprised.